Robert White here to share some ideas potentially useful to leaders. People in social situations have asked me, what do mentors actually do? And my response is, I am an interruption. I interrupt patterns and communicate insight into attitudes, habits, and behaviors. You can learn more at therobertwhite.com. Hopefully this brief talk will be a valuable interruption for you. Hello from Colorado. I'm Robert White. Thanks for being with me. My intent with these little messages is to share something of value to you. And particularly today, I've been thinking about our image, our identity, who we say we are. And it's a bit of a shorthand. You don't have to think all the time about who you are if you are kind of clear about your own identity. It's also a trap, because along with the strength of knowing your identity comes the weakness of being somewhat trapped by it. And I'm reminded of a story that I heard, and it's a true story, about a man who had a wonderful day with his daughter. He happened to be divorced, and these days with his daughter were very special to him. And they were out on a boat for the afternoon. They had a wonderful time. And at the end of the day, they were going to do something they had done as father-daughter for many years, which is to go get ice cream together. And he is so happy with the day, with the time with his daughter, that he began to sing aloud in this little resort town, surrounded by hundreds of people, but he's singing aloud, and it's really coming from his joy. And his daughter, who was 13 years old, how did she react? Those of you with a 13-year-old daughter know how she reacted, and it was not positive. She got very angry with him, and she actually shouted at him and said, "Dad, stop singing." She was embarrassed, right? As 13-year-olds are, because they've got an identity thing going, an image thing. They're trying to figure out who they are. And to have their dad singing in public, that's a problem for them. So interesting little story, right? But the question is, and I've asked this of many groups over the years, how did the guy react? And you get answers like, well, he shut up and went silent, or he apologized, or in my case, my children will tell you this, he sang louder. There's a lot of choices on how he could have handled it. The way he handled it is he went into a reaction, got very angry with her, started screaming at her in public, and it led to an over 1 year estrangement from the most special person in his life, his 13-year-old daughter. Interesting story, right? And it's true. Now, I left one thing out, and that is that the guy was Billy Joel, one of the top-selling male vocalists in history, a guy that's appeared before hundreds of thousands. I saw him with Elton John at the old Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado, with an intimate group of 18,000 people. Incredible musician, incredible stage performer, incredible singer, pianist, all of that. Composer. I mean, he owned the stage. So that's the guy that reacted to his daughter complaining about his singing. You see, that was part of Billy Joel's identity. And when it got punctured, he reacted badly with the single most important woman in his life. How about you? Do you know what your identity is? Are you aware of how easy it might be to puncture it and get you into a reaction? Having an understanding of not only who we are, but really what's under that and who we really are, that really authentic being, is one of the most valuable life lessons for any executive, for anybody that's leading people. Hope that's valuable to you. If you've got a question about it, get in touch. We'll have a talk.